Hey everyone, this is Sharik. Welcome back to my channel, Videshi Mumbaikar, and today I'm here to review the 2022 CF Moto 650NK. I'm also planning on changing my review style a little bit based on some current feedback on YouTube. What I'm going to do is I will talk about some hard facts of the motorcycle that I'm reviewing, and then as we go out for a spin, that's when I will get into my personal take on it. So without further ado, let's get this review started. Alright fellas, let's talk about some basic engine specs on this motorcycle. So we have a 649cc 2-cylinder inline engine churning out 57 Newton meters of torque and 60 horsepower. Now at a wet weight of 454 pounds, this motorcycle gives you 0.12 horsepower per pound. It clearly is at a disadvantage to its two biggest competitors, the Yamaha MT-07 and the Kawasaki Z650. Both are lighter and have about a 10 to 15 horsepower advantage on this machine. It is equipped with a Bosch fuel system. It has an adjustable front and back suspension, both from KYB. We have 300 mm dual disc up front with 2 piston calipers, and we have a single 240 mm disc in the back with a single caliper. This model comes in two colors, the Nebula White, which we are testing today, and the Athens Blue. Personally, I love this color a lot more. It does come with a slipper clutch, LED lights all around, and a 5-inch TFT display, which is a huge upgrade from the 2019 model, and this is the same display that has been used for the 650 Adventura. All right, now that we have covered some of the basics, we're gonna take it out for a spin and talk about it some more. Alrighty, time to get on this machine and take it out for a spin. Alright guys, first impressions sitting on this motorcycle. I'm 5'8" and my feet are flat on the ground, so it seems pretty low. The bike is heavy. I mean, I do know the fact that it is heavier than the Yamaha MT-07 and the Kawasaki Z650, but I can feel this weight. Holy moly, this front is like a brick. It's heavy. Okay, fit and finish, everything here very nicely done. I checked out the foot pegs, the frame, the quality, color. Everything feels very tough except the switches. All CF Motos, it comes down to the switches. It doesn't really feel that great. Love the screen, a huge upgrade, as I said, from the 2019 model. It clearly should have been done a while ago, but finally it's here, and it's the shared screen from the 650 Adventura. It's a very simple screen to use too. So you just get into mode, you change the mode, that's your eco. It's a completely different screen for that, so you're 100% sure you're in eco mode and not sport. But sport is a standard. As soon as you turn the motorcycle on, you enter the menu. I believe you gotta hold it for a second. There you go. You have your information. One cool feature that I really love is the navigation. I unfortunately cannot show it to you right now because I have to hook up my phone. Since it's not my motorcycle, I'm not gonna do that. But once you do, you're gonna be able to have navigation on screen. You have your telephone, you have your settings. You go in there, you can connect your phone and stuff. You have your brightness of the screen. Go back a little bit. What else do we have? We go to the information. You have your voltage, coolant temp, warnings, service reminders, miles info, and version info. Alright, so some good information. And do not forget the CF Moto app that you can hook up to your phone when you buy it, and that gives you all kinds of information that helps you become a better rider. Alright, so without further ado, let's not forget this kickstand. That goes up, and we are ready to roll. Very light clutch. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. You know, I have heard mixed versions on the 650NK that it is underpowered, and for the weight it just feels sluggish and slow. The clutch is light like butter, and yes, it does feel heavy, but we'll see how it performs on the freeway. I gotta find a way to explain this on how it feels, right? So on the screen, I see the numbers going up. It's clearly gaining speed at a very rapid rate, but I just don't feel that, you know, that oomph. So that's our, oh, that's on eco mode. Okay, God, change the mode. So that's sport mode, guys. I'm so sorry, I was on eco mode and I was trying to test out the maximum capacity of this beautiful machine. So that's not fair, right? You cannot do that. Okay. It's still not a noticeable difference, surprisingly. But I remember when I rode the Heritage, there was a huge difference between the two modes. It going, it just like between, especially between changing the gears, it kind of like just kind of falls flat. So it's got the 160 by 70 tires in the back from Pirelli. They're Pirelli GTs, which do a really good job at gripping the road. Wind is hitting me on the chest directly. Like, if you're gonna take it out on the freeway, I do believe that you will have to have a windshield in front of you to kind of curb that a little bit, because right now it's hitting me directly on the chest. And right now it doesn't feel like a big deal, but I do know that if I ride for a long period of time, that's gonna start bothering me a little bit. I just feel like it either needs to be a bit lighter or it needs to be a bit more powerful. Something about that whole ratio needs to change for it to have that wildness. You know, the bike looks wild. That's 6499. I hope I'm getting the number right. If not, I'm going to correct it in the edits. It is about $1,500 cheaper, I believe, to its closest competitor, the Yamaha MT-07 and the Kawasaki Z650. So basically, what are you not getting is the power. First of all, it's a bit underpowered. If you are a new motorcyclist, I do think that this could be a very good motorcycle to learn on. You're not spending a lot of money. You get to learn on a motorcycle that is not gonna scare the shit out of you. You can make some modifications on this machine. You know, it looks cool, it looks beautiful. The bike, I was hoping that after starting to ride it, it's gonna feel a little bit lighter, but moving it side to side, even at high speeds, it still feels very heavy. It's not as nimble as I would like it to be. It looks nimble, it looks mean, but it doesn't ride like that, unfortunately. All right, anyway, we're here to do a quick walk around. So this is what the motorcycle looks like in its natural environment, which is outdoors, obviously. I do appreciate how it looks, and I do feel like the exhaust, the way it's designed too, it's easily kind of removable. You have just this plastic kind of panel protecting it. You take that out and you can change the whole system. And I would do that, you know, for the price that you're getting it at. A few modifications here or there can make this motorcycle look even more badass than it already is. I have been getting a lot of comments on YouTube about the CF Moto not being a reliable company. It's a bad buy. It's there are no parts, and I'm confused. Like, is there something that I am not seeing? And next time, I feel like if, you know, there's anybody out there commenting, and I'm not saying that you're wrong or anything, I just need some literature to actually to read, which proves that, you know, they have not been a good company. Because as far as I know, they have been around since 1989, first of all, manufacturing high quality parts for companies across the world. Another thing is that they provide a 2-year manufacturer warranty as compared to its Japanese competition that only gives you a 1-year warranty. So what I'm not understanding is there something out there in my research that I'm missing? Please help me out and send me those links in the comments so I can read through it. Let's do a quick sound test on this machine. Woohoo! All right, but see, that's the sound thing I've noticed with all the models. You know, the sound doesn't really have like any special significance to it, and it's kind of disappointing. It's got like almost like a little explosion at the end of it, you know, like a pop pop pop, the popping sound. Let's ride it back to the dealership. Thanks again, Empire Cycle Spokane. If you're in Spokane looking for CF Moto, Empire Cycle Spokane is the way to go. I'm gonna park the motorcycle right here because, you know, hey, beautiful, how you doing? That's my gorgeous FJ09 waiting for me to take her home. I gotta give her a nice wash. It's pretty dirty. Okay, maybe. All right, so this is how it looks, and this is actually a good comparison considering now that's more of a tourer. This obviously in a naked, and you can see when standing side by side with my motorcycle on how low it actually is. It's got a shorter ground clearance and a very sporty, very sharp, curvy angles and such. And yeah, for a pro rider, I wouldn't suggest this. You're a beginner, you should go for it. It's a good one. Alright guys, as I said, like the video, find it informative, anything I could add or subtract, whatever, please feel free to leave comments. Love hearing from you guys. And if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, share, like, and can't wait to get back on the next CF Moto and give you some insightful tips.